Alright. I previously left off in meeting the Pope. He's saying, you know, I'm cool with that.
It's like
they're cool
about
with
your
me.
shoulder.
They don't possess me. I don't
know
do
you're
things with
possessed
them,
by
you know,
them.
whatever. But we also heard word of Raubon being captured. Well, of course he got captured, right? But he's going to be executed ace style. And, you know, Tataru forgot to mention that, apparently. And yeah, now we're here. We're going to go see what's up. We're going to go see how we can save this fool. Oh, he's upstairs, yeah. With Higiri, Alphino. What is going on? Higiri is eager to assist you. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Linsa Lominsa that you were searching for General Raubon. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Marasaja pit. At the same juncture, Yu Hase and the 3rd unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out Doer at Highbridge, where I too am bound. Alright, so Higiri's gonna join us to Highbridge. Dude, that's like the 2nd time we meet here. All pertaining to like freaking white hair, whatever his name was. Ilberd, that was his name. Ilberd. Dude, today it's the morning time, so good morning, anybody that was awake right now. And I was supposed to go to work. I thought I was supposed to go to work, right? Usually I always have to wake up, go to work around 7:30. But then I went to go check my schedule, and it was a free day. So it's my day off. I have been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Yu Hase and his men are bound for Halatali. We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Hozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. Lady Higiri. No, Higiri's like Yugiri. That's her name. The twin cats. Look at those peaks. But yeah, dude, today was my day off, and I got really happy because I woke up early and I was playing this game for a little bit. You know, I was searching around Kurthus Western Highlands, I think, or Eastern. I don't know, the newer area. Just before work, just to like kind of pass time. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, my day off. All right, holes on. You come at a good time, my friends, but moments ago the traitor Ilberd arrived and entered Halatali. From this, we may be certain that General Raubon is being held within. Freaking Ilberd, dude. What do we get? A gate ring of bending, slaying, aiming, healing, casting. All of them at once. Hozan would brief you on the mission to rescue Raubon. We're gonna do this right now. There is no time to lose. General Aldin may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him from his captors. Please, see to your preparations and tell me when you are ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. Let's go. I did say I was going to do this whole expansion as a warrior, so here we go. I mean, really, I should have done Dragoon or whatever. Now it's Yugiri.
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Lady Yugiri!
Master Alphino, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Yeah, you were being a little bitch.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to recall it. For a time, I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ulda, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
Pray, forgive us.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Ralban is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Doware and Higiri with you.
Doware. Whoa. Okay. Off screen. Everything.
With me!
That was way too violent. Couldn't see that. Let's go. I was thinking this was gonna be. Oh, it is. It's basically Halatali. Solo Halatali. Take the lead, Olivia. I shall follow close upon you. Go. I got the tomahawk. Oh. Here. That. Should I pull him? Should I do wall to wall? Alright. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I don't think I should put him wall to wall. But let's try it out. Let's see. Come on. No, I think they're just going to, like, parry before we even get here. Go. Ah, this time we keep going down. Oh wait, no. I've never been this way. Nope. Just keep doing the same thing. Alright, there's Ralban. We gotta fight that one-eyed thing again. The general, but where are his captors? I mislike the look of this. Yes, what is going on here? Where's that mammoth? Of course we came, bro. This is like saving Jimbei from Impel Down. He is bound by some manner of magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. Booby. I have heard of such devices. The Crystal Braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. That will not be necessary. Here's the boss. Ah, it's Yu Hase. Pray do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly unto the bosom of Thal, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. Look at that smile. Oh, let's cut it off its face. Already attacking stuff. I see. Don't worry, we got this. Boom, boom. I got this. Both the cell gate and the acerbic jam. There we go. We're done. Yugiri, let's go. Is it here? There it is. Coming atomite. There we go. Get it done. Done. They thought they were gonna get it. Nope. Let's go. Find the key to free Raubon. Looks like these guys got it over here. Come on, fools. Crystal. I used to think you guys were cool. I looked up to you guys. In your cool ass blue suit. No. Now I see why nobody wants to wear your colors. That's that. Where's the key? There we go. Dude, it was so much easier to save Raubon than we thought. Yigiri, I am back with the key. Raubon, your vitality looks good. Let's go. Except your arm. It took a page right out of One Piece, dude. This whole game is just looking like One Piece right now. Slowly, General. You are yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. What a clever contrivances of the Warrior of Light. Well done, hero. Stupid Ilberd. Do we get to kill you now? I hope so, dude. Right now, die. You mean to struggle on, then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I will cut you down like all the rest. Nope. Nope. It's personal today, Ilberd. Like, they're already attacking you. Stupid man. What about Yugiri first? We take out Yugiri. Conjure. There we go. Golden Eye Yu Hase. What is he doing? This guy out of here. Stupid. Yu Hase. Yu Hase's done. Crystal Brave Archer. You're done. Ilberd the Dull Blade. They're calling you stupid. Legless Laurentis.
I'll tear you limb from limb.
I trusted you, Laurentis. You're done. Now you. Stupid man. It's not even a cool attack, dude. Done. Stupid man.
This changes nothing.
Oh, they changed his voice too.
It is over, Ilberd. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Stay in the
Justice?
cell.
Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Ooh. I told you.
Shite.
Told you. Sultan is not dead.
If you think you fight for justice, lass, you best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used by the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them
Not
care
the
to win
Crystal
what
Braves.
you want.
I am not a
Only
part of
what
them.
you can do for them. And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing.
Nothing.
If we ourselves are not free to think and to act,
His face.
how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
Stupid man.
You'll not get away!
Man, he couldn't even run far enough after that. Yugiri's people are way better
No,
at it
Master
than he is.
Alphino. Now is not the time.
Ralban, the one-armed.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I'm in your debt.
You're damn right.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
We stand with you. On your feet, gladiator. This fight is not over. That's what a warrior
Rest assured,
would say.
I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lass.
That's right.
Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope. But I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
See, I know these
What?
things.
But how can that be?
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without.
Speaks in Yoda. Toware. Where does Yugiri? I like that double pigtail style. The general is safe. What news without? My lady, the gods have been subdued as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. Then Ilberd and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter and signs of their passing. At once, my lady. That's the second time I hear the word egress in this game. General Aldine, I presume, and the scions of the Seventh Dawn. Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Urianger awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your case. This is no ruse, I assure you. General Aldine, if you will come with me, I have prepared a carriage that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. That axe just anger. Yeah, but what about Urianger? Like last time at the credits scene, we saw that he was all about the Asians. Everybody's like associating with the Asians. Urianger, the Pope. I mean, am I an Asian too? Somehow? There we go.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
That's not Urianger. As you can see, he is clearly possessed by Asians.
Father!
Pippin, my son, and Master Papashan besides.
What's going on here?
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
Told you.
You.
Is that the Sultana?
It was I who arranged this gathering.
Who is this?
And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions
Dulala?
are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthor, and member of the Syndicate.
I've never seen you there before.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young lady, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
She's talking to Pippin, of course, young lady.
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
Now we all know.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
I don't like Urianger's new voice, dude.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo.
So did like Raban and Nanamo, and now we got Pippin?
I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck Her Grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering.
Side-eye.
I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teledji Adeledji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace, and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
Also, Raban, take a shower. Quite a turn of events, Alphino, eh? I had not counted on Prioress Dulala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Ul'dah. We couldn't have done it without you, Olivia. Thank you. Ding-ga-ding. Goal break. Now, what's next? Alphino is restricted by a call on his link pearl. Distracted. Why did I say restricted? Tataru. Yes, General Alban is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well. We shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana and her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarupin and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. What's going on, Tataru? Everything seems fine. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Alban short. It wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Horshafan was desperate to get a hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. Brother H, what's going on? My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Mistress Dedgard and Master Levier, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the Observatorium's bells toll, 'tis a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claimed they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhugg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice: to remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. So you're telling me, are we gonna run or are we gonna fight? Though we flee to the ends of the world, 'twould seem that no place in this troubled age is free from strife. Once more the horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine in the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Olivia? I would stay and fight. Then fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandoned our allies in their hour of need. And that's because I'm a warrior. Alpha knows way. Alpha knows deliberating how best to proceed. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have the say. Come, let us meet outside and discuss this path that lies before us. Is it raining? Sounds like it's raining.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
I didn't even know dragons could
certain
speak.
Notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
She's cool.
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinine.
Estinian?
Estinian. I've been pronouncing it wrong.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your Lance if my words fail to find their mark. Is that clear?
Hey, chill out, Alpha, no?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emeric. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
Estinian. But then again, I'm not surprised. I've probably been pronouncing a lot of things wrong. We have chosen a difficult road, yet, even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for Polly will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emeric will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fort Taunt Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. Alright, so we have to enter the seat of the Lord Commander within the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. Oh my gosh. That is what we are to do.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
Damn.
At once, my lord.
Prolonged siege.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors. And unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Okay.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emeric, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
Nah, dog. Can't.
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least.
Take my word
Which is
for
more
it, my
than can be
lord.
said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
All the dead
Aye.
people.
Their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses.
Yeah, of course.
The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg.
Foreshadowing.
I must admit the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then. Carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
Thank you, sir. Let's go. We must find a way into Lady Iceheart's Ice Heart. Having secured Sir Merrick's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that the Dravanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you are ready, Estinian, let us be about our task. Just lead the way, bro. Where do we gotta go? Who is this? Oh, we already met with this guy, though. He was right next to us, no? Look at his eyes. Oh, no.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come.
Ooh, look at that
In their hundreds and
painting.
their thousands. With the divine
Where'd I
blade
get
in
that?
our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Asian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
We're gonna kill him?
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
You're telling us right now. We don't know that.
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinian and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers, most of all.
They're gonna die. They're all gonna die. I'm powering up. That Asian power up.
For the glory of King Thordan.
What? He did power up, but like, what? Hey, I get a minion. Wind up Alpha No. Perfect for international summits, family get-togethers, pre- or post-battle gatherings, and or other occasions where the recapitulation of past occurrences is absolutely, positively necessary. Alpha No would see to one final matter before setting forth. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. Then I shall await you at the you can't even see him, St. Rene's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Olivia, let us head back to Fort Tom Manor. Let's go then. Our course is set, Tataru. It may be some time before Olivia and I return to Ishgard. Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. If anyone can find them, it is you, Tataru. Farewell for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alphino. I made it specially. New digs? No, I couldn't possibly. Very well. Yeah, cover your legs, dude. There we go. By the 12, it fits perfectly, and the quality is actually rather good. I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. 'Twas the least I could do. Now I must be getting back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. Thank you. So then that means I'll make a great receptionist. I know all of the skills. Save for all the other jobs. DPS and the like. Where is Justinian? That station. Alright. Are we ready for this war thing going on? You have said your farewells then? Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well, but she will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Yassail's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the Kurthus Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwald, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is like that he will know if any heretic activity has been reported in the area. Well, there wasn't any heretics, but we did kind of bust some guys like trying to poison the place with some wine. But then there was this old dude there that he was like, yo, they're just trying to bury all the past and all this new confounded things. But then the only thing that could save this town was that old man's information, because he knew how to create a antidote for the dragon poison that they poisoned all the knights with. So that's what happened here. Sir Redwald. Well, Mistress Ditgarden, what business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon, I know, of course, but I do not believe I've met this young gentleman. Alphino Levier at your service. And you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe that there may be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus, we have come to Falcon's Nest in the hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then you would be best served by speaking directly to my men. A patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge at Gorgagni Mills. 'Tis possible that they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Mistress Detgarden knows well the place I speak of, for it was she who first discovered it. Let us divide our forces then. I will stay and I'll await the return of the patrol while the two of you visit the refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. A wise use of our time. Come, Olivia. I am eager to learn what Sir Redwall's men have found in the heretic's lair. I don't remember discovering it. Where was it? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I was there. I found it. Alright, we're here. Where are the heretics? Mistress Detgarden, our findings, you say? Well, there is something of a tale here. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising look sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. 'Twould seem the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded, and you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait our reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Olivia. Damn, Alphino's ready for the fight. Me too, though. Where they at? Man, Alphino, did you do that? What is it? Polar bears? They left polar bears? Oh. Okay. What's up, bros? You sense it? I saw it, dude. Poor little baby polar bear. Had to do it to him. I had to do it to him. Come on, Alpha. No, you didn't even help me out. Justinian, you're here. My inquiries availed me not. The patrol leader had little to say beyond which of his extremities the frost had bitten the hardest. Damn. The beasts are slain then. My thanks, Mistress Detgarden. We may return to our duty without fear of a mauling. Yes! And I can access the next quest for the warriors. Then I got that Savage Might 4. The expedition leader has a promising lead to aid you in search for Lady Iceheart. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there, and go ahead and continue on the warriors quest after this, so that I'd have the proper skills going into this place, because I'm barely level 52, but my black mage is level 71. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for joining me for this arc of the episodes, quests in Heavensward. So far, I'm enjoying my time here. I really love this place. I like cold environments. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.